Welcome back to What's on Yours, our weekly chat about books, music, movies, and TV. I'm Michael Hennessy.
And I'm Cindy Smith.
And how are you doing this week, Cindy?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. It's nice to see that the sun's coming through and we might actually get out of the ice age here on the East Coast.
But did you guys get like another snowstorm?
No. We
Okay,
had
maybe
like
it
the
was
smallest
further,
amount.
like maybe Moncton and all that area.
I think eastern
Halifax?
shore of Nova Scotia and Cape Breton.
Okay. Yeah, because I've heard people were complaining that they had school today.
Wow.
And apparently it's supposed to be really bad out, so I don't know.
After this winter, the bar is set pretty high for it to be a bad weather storm after all we've had. But unbelievable.
Well, it's sunny here, and it's like -2.
Nice.
High of 2 today, so we're slowly getting there.
Well, it's nice when it's around there. It still melts. The asphalt retains the heat and keeps melting. So that's good.
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah.
It's going finally.
Right, and we've got Easter coming up.
Easter's this weekend, yeah. Are you all ready for it?
We are going to be putting stuff around the yard for the children to go search and find. So.
Okay.
Always good.
Michael's kind of above that stage, but he still wants to do the egg hunt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So going into Easter weekend, it's 4-day weekend here. 5-day weekend.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. They don't go back to school till Wednesday.
Really? Okay.
Which is fine.
So you got stuff lined up to do?
Definitely we have to do a trip to the library.
Good.
And probably just, tidying up, cleaning, and reading, hopefully.
Okay. Well, what are you going to have on your dock for reading? What'd you get this week?
I picked up The Girl on the Train. It's a debut novel by Paula Hawkins.
Okay.
And it's compared to Gone Girl.
Really?
I know we're bringing Gone Girl up again.
All right, cheers. I'll drink to that.
Cheers for Gone Girl. That never leaves.
No.
Yeah. So I've been hearing high praise for it, so I'm like, I really want to try it. And it was at Costco for like a third of the price.
Nice. That's savvy shopping.
That's it. That was the reason I picked it up. Otherwise, I would have waited to get it at the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever just when you're doing the rounds and looking at books, do you ever see a book and then say, "I'm going to check and see what the ebook price is"?
I've done that, but for me, I like the physical book.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And usually, if I see a book that I really want to read, but it's too expensive, I put it on a list and then I check to see if our library has it.
Okay, right.
And then I'll borrow it from the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you dug into the book at all yet, or?
I haven't. I just got it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to dig into it.
Excellent.
I'm thinking if it's like Gone Girl, it might be one of those books that I need like a full day to sit and read.
Uninterrupted. Nice.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
It will. I'm excited. I hope it's that kind of book because I just want to do that. I just want to take one day and literally read the day. That's
nice.
What I do.
With your big owl mug of tea or coffee and
hot chocolate, probably.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. Well, my book this week is an older one. I've had it for a while and I've read it a few times, but it's essays about the Shawshank Redemption by the British Film Institute, BFI. They generally have a series of it. It's a very thin book, but it complements very well any looking at the Shawshank Redemption movie. A lot of background about where they shot the movie. Details about that gives additional meaning to where they shot some of the scenes, like where they shot the movie scene within the movie where the prisoners are watching Rita Hayworth on the screen, and different things like I guess just everything about the thematics and the deeper meaning and the subtext. It just delves into it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I like that sort of thing, but it's not so deep that it's we're not talking 40 or 50 pages essays. They're relatively short, so it's a nice quick read. If you have a few minutes, you read an essay and then you go on to the next one.
Okay.
If you have the time.
Very nice.
I enjoy it very much. And Shawshank, I enjoy. It's a nice fairy tale movie. And I say fairy tale because when you think of fairy tales, they're all dark.
They are, you know.
And sometimes they say, like it read, Morgan Freeman's character in the movie says this is no fairy tale ending. But sometimes he says things and it's the exact opposite.
Okay.
It is actually a fairy tale when you look at the structure of it.
Yeah.
So.
It's true. When you stop to think, fairy tales, they're dark. I mean, look at The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Dorothy's house lands on the witch and kills the witch.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hansel and Gretel, the witch wants to eat kids.
Yeah.
She lures them with candy and wants to bake them in an oven or stew them up.
Yeah.
Kind of dark.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
She eats a poison apple.
Poisoned by the stepmom.
Poisoned by the stepmom.
Yeah.
The same with Rapunzel.
Well, Hans Christian Andersen, that was the basis for a lot of the stuff in Frozen, right?
Yeah.
The characters are named after Hans Christian Andersen and taken a lot of stuff from those fairy tales, but
yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
That's it. You think happy fairy tales, but no,
they're dark.
They're dark fairy tales.
Well, and it's also proven that when they did the study of children's movies, if you're a parent in a children's movie, you have twice the chance of being offed in the movie.
Oh my gosh!
Either during the movie or before the start of the movie.
Okay.
Parents don't have a high survival rate in children's movies.
Yeah.
It's because it's such an enormous thing for a child to lose a parent.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like that touchstone in there.
Yeah.
But speaking of movies, have you ever seen Ben-Hur?
No.
Easter's coming up. You haven't seen Charlton Heston all oiled up in the chariot?
Oh, sorry.
Well, don't worry because they're doing a remake of it.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be on that one.
So it'll be interesting to see how they redo the movie.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're just going with remaking that movie or they're going back to the source material to redo a significantly different version.
Okay.
But that's supposed to be filming. That's Easter related.
Interesting.
Yes. Have you got to see any movies this week?
We didn't see any, but I did pick up one at Walmart. The Breakfast Club.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I saw it, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that because I can watch that movie over and over.
Fantastic.
John
Hughes really captured teenage the experience of teenagers in the 80s, right?
He did. I mean, he did Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles.
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's just those select movies that I can watch like over and over again, even though I've seen them like billions of times.
No, he was a genius. He did it so well. One of my favorite comedies, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'll watch that anytime. And it's some scenes crack me up every time I see them. I just really have big, deep laughs. And for me, that is so unusual because usually movies, if they get a laugh from me, that's one thing. But if I see it again, if I know it's coming, I don't really laugh.
Yeah. But
John Hughes, with some of those movies, it just cracks me up.
Yeah, and there's very few movies that like I can actually, like if there's nothing to do and I'll just pop it in. There's a selected maybe handful or two handfuls of movies that I can watch over and over again. They're like timeless classics. Mm-hmm. Grease is like that. The first Grease, Top Gun is like that, where you know the storyline inside and out, but yet you still enjoy watching them. It's like watching it new again.
Okay. Quick thing. There's going to be a Top Gun 2 that's written. They're going to make a sequel to that. But I'm going to mention about 16 Candles.
Yes.
Now, it's something interesting. I had read a little analysis. I had mentioned Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt before as Tina Fey's series that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
There's a character on there called Dong. He's an Asian male. And back to 16 Candles, there was the exchange student, Long Duck Dong, right?
I think so. Now, so I'm going to have to go watch it.
Yeah. Well, the point of it was the comedy back there. Dong in 16 Candles was kind of played as comic relief, in that he was never ever a serious interest for a love interest for Molly Ringwald or anything like that. They always, he had expressed, love for her or whatever, and it was always like people rolling their eyes kind of thing. But Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, she plays with that a little bit, because she names this Asian character Dong, but he actually becomes a legitimate love interest in the story.
Okay.
And just how the approaching the diversity in a slightly different way. 16 Candles, how that was handled wouldn't really fly today.
No.
It was, but and then the thing for the time capsule, like from the snapshot of time, that's how things were done. If you look at kind of like at Breakfast at Tiffany's, the Asian shopkeeper is portrayed would never fly these days.
Yeah.
But people still consider Breakfast at Tiffany's like a classic.
That's it.
But I just want to mention that was something that came up when you mentioned John Hughes and Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club today, if it was held, there'd be 5 kids looking at their telephones, their smartphones.
Exactly. And I think my sister was telling me yesterday that they're thinking of, I guess, digitally enhancing the Breakfast Club and for their anniversary and bringing it back to the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. But, John Hughes is amazing.
He is.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, did they have, the kids in the show, I wonder how they're going to relate to how teenagers now would relate to them. None of them have a phone.
None of them have a phone.
There's no computers.
No.
I wonder how they'd relate to that.
I don't know if they would, though, because everything is so technology.
Yeah, but I wonder if they might relate to it in that, if they just went on the assumption that, they must have taken all the phones because it's detention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. They, and things, I don't know, it just, everything seems so different now than it was when we were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
All these kids are on, Facebook, Instagram, they're Facebooking and everything. And what did we have? We were passing notes back and forth, on a piece of paper.
Right.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people say, the children are growing up faster. No, yeah. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think they think they're growing up faster. I still think, look at it this way. Are they still making as bad of choices as we did when we grew up? Yes.
Yeah.
They haven't. They're not maturing any faster.
No. No. And they have all this technology at their hands that we never had.
Yeah. So when people tell me, they're growing up faster, when I hear growing up, I assume I associate growing up with maturing. Children today are not maturing faster than they did when we were there. We were in school.
No. So. No, it is true. I've made this comment. I remember being in high school and babysitting, and how much more mature the 5-year-olds was then compared to what they are now. I don't know, it seemed like back then, it seems like it's forever ago, 20 years ago, a 5-year-old knew how to entertain themselves. Mm-hmm. And now you tell, a 5-year-old to color, and they're like, well, I don't like to color. It's how can you not like to color?
Yeah. Give me a tablet, I'll doodle on the tablet.
Well, that's it. It's let's, prime example, working. Yesterday, I'm like, okay, why didn't you go get some paper? We'll color. And she's like, I don't color. I'm like, okay, well, let's draw. But even, she couldn't draw on her own. She was copying what I was drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they don't seem to have imagination like they did 20 years ago.
Well, they're expert. I'll tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They are much more expert content consumers.
Mm-hmm.
They consume so much more TV and video than we did growing up, in general.
Yeah.
Right? And the other thing is, they are much more perfect consumers.
Yeah.
Because they have been bombarded nonstop with advertisements, and they think they understand that the impact the advertising on, and they might even reference, "Oh, I see all these advertisements, but it doesn't do anything. Doesn't change my attitude."
Yeah.
But it does.
It does, and
they are a generation of perfect consumers.
Yeah. Well, prime example I think is like the Skylanders Wii game,
Mm-hmm.
and the same with I know there's another video game, like where they need these little amiibo characters,
right,
in order to advance, and it's like they don't realize that yes, you just spent like $70 on this video game, but now you got to spend like another $15 to advance, and they don't see that this game is no longer $70. It's now a couple hundred when you buy all these little guides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Advertising at its best.
Yeah. I tell you, well, aside from the movies, what about music? Are you stuck back in the '80s with the Breakfast Club now that you're thinking about it, or?
You know, I do like the music from the '80s, but I've been listening to a lot of Neverest.
Okay.
They're a Canadian band. They're a great group of guys. You know, when they see you, they're humble.
What do you mean you see they're just next door to you, or when you went into them?
I wish they were next door to me, but no, I saw them at Wee Day.
Oh, cool.
Last week.
Yeah.
And they were kind of in the middle. Well, they were wrapping up a radio interview. So when they were done, like I kind of wolf. I mean, I know one of the guitarists.
Oh, wow, okay.
And, you know, it was coming over. He said hi, you know, hugs, and very humble. Like, they know their fan base.
Okay.
And they know that we have to be true to that fan base. And they take time. Like, there was no, you know, they had to be somewhere else. But they were like, no, we're here. We're talking to a group of fans. And, you know, it was a couple of minutes. I mean, it wasn't a big time. But still, they respect, and they're humble, and they're just sincere, genuine guys.
Well, that's nice. That's excellent. And so, do they have a new music that you're listening to then, or?
I've just been, like, I've downloaded all their songs. So, but their big one is Someday.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
And a Canadian band.
Canadian band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, my music this week, I mentioned it previously. John Carpenter, big fan of his movies. I gotta get away from using the word fan. I admire his movies,
Mm-hmm.
and his soundtracks. He does a lot of his own music, his own scores for his movies, and he released an album this past year, Lost Themes. And I mentioned it before, so I picked it up, and great, perfect. I'm starting a new horror screenplay, working on that, and listening to this album. It's great. It's putting me in the right frame of mind, so yeah, very much enjoying it. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's all instrumental, and it's a lot of bass to it. So it's not something that you basically put on your car and go driving with it. You know what I mean?
But that's what you need when you're writing, though.
It puts me exactly where I want to be.
Yeah.
It helps complement my darker thinking.
Awesome.
So that for music for that, and TV. Have you managed to catch up on?
I'm behind on Survivor. I don't think I'm behind on Amazing Race, but I'm Survivor, Big Brother Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a couple of episodes behind Dancing with the Stars. I'm behind.
Do you watch any of those cooking shows?
I don't watch cooking. Actually, no. We watch Master Chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that was, I think, the last reality show we watched was one of those Master Chef ones, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, Canada's top Master Chef Junior, I think.
Okay, with the little kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that
8
was.
to 12.
Yeah, we watched that, and it just these kids, you know, to see them so comfortable in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and the things they were coming up with, like, you know,
Yeah.
It's amazing what young kids are doing today.
That's pretty neat. I enjoyed it. So it's like,
It
okay,
was good.
Daniel, go make me a souffle, you know.
That's it. There you go. Help yourself to the contents of the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For TV, I've been continuing on with Sopranos. We went back, started at square one, watched from season 1, episode 1, and we're into season 6.
Wow.
And the second episode of season 6, there is a scene where Carmela is by Tony's side in the hospital, and it's perfect. She is basically doing a monologue,
Okay.
and it is just amazing. It's just, yeah, it's fantastic. It just blew me away. I'd seen it before, but I'd seen it again after a long span of time. It just again, it's just fantastic. She won the Emmy for that season of Sopranos, and probably right from that scene, it's just fantastic.
And I think maybe because you're watching it all at once too,
Mm-hmm.
whereas before, you're only watching like weekly episodes. So I think watching it all at once kind of does something too.
Well, I'll tell you, when you watch a series like that, you get a better sense of how tightly the showrunner was keeping the show. Some shows kind of fall apart. That you don't see the common thread. You see it's kind of like, just different episodes put together and entertaining on their own, but don't really hold to an overall arc for the show.
That's it.
Sopranos, great. You could tell that there was a vision for it. The Shield, another one. Probably the single strongest beginning to end. Breaking Bad, phenomenal. I mean, over so many over what, 5 seasons, just fantastic from the beginning to the end.
That's it.
That is really like one long continuous story. Yeah. So, I forgot to mention my movies.
Yes.
But oh well. Just 2 quick horror ones. One was called Grabbers. Set in Ireland, off the coast of Ireland. The alien crashes into the sea, and it's kind of like an octopus type thing. Octopus slash aliens from the movie Aliens, face huggers, and it's a little bit of romantic comedy in there. But one of the things is the aliens attack people, and they use the blood from the people to feed themselves. But if you have high alcohol in your blood, they can't take it. So at the end of the kind of the movie, they wind up all getting blitzed in the local tavern because the alien's outside, and they have to try and defeat the alien.
That's the key. Alcohol.
So it was entertaining. I certainly wouldn't put it in my top lists of movies or horror movies, but it was entertaining.
Okay, I've never seen it. Now I kind of want to watch it.
It's on Netflix if you ever happen to get Netflix. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
What's your pick of the week?
I'm going with Neverest.
Neverest. Good
Neverest.
call. I will also make a musical pick. I'm going to pick John Carpenter's Lost Themes for the select people out there who like dark movie scores. So.
Sounds good. Great selections. Yeah.
And what have we got coming up next week?
Next week.
You've got a short week because you have a 5-day weekend.
I have a 5-day weekend. I'm not sure. I haven't planned anything, so we're just going to go with the flow.
Nice. Very good.
And enjoy technically, we have hockey on Saturday, so it's not really...
You must almost be done.
No.
No, still.
We have technically 2 tournament games, and then if we finish the tournament, then we're going into spring 3-on-3 hockey.
Wow.
But it's not over yet.
Okay.
It still goes.
Right through the summer. Back in the fall.
No, just probably till around the end of school year, so June.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a nice relaxing weekend. Hope you get to dig into Girl on the Train.
Yes.
Maybe David and Michael can go out and catch a movie at the theater while you dig into your movie, your book.
Maybe. There's plenty to do.
What's that?
Plenty to do.
Plenty to do. Excellent.
Plenty to do.
All right. Well, until next week, I guess we'll sign off for now then.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good week.
All right, bye-bye.